Hey everyone, welcome to Excel Insider. Today we will learn 3 different ways to perform what-if analysis in Microsoft Excel 365. In this tutorial, we'll be working with sales and loans data to see how changing inputs impacts financial results. Our goal is to use GoalSeek, Scenario Manager, and data tables to display business analysis results. Let's get started. In the first method, we will find the units needed to reach the target profit based on fixed costs using GoalSeek tool. The GoalSeek tool finds the exact input needed for a desired result. To get started, first we have to set up the profit model. To do that, in any helper cell of your choice, like cell B7, type this formula, equals cell B2, which is the selling price per unit, multiplied by cell B5, which is the units sold. This will give us the revenue. Hit enter. Next, in cell B8 or any empty cell, type this formula, equals cell B3, which is the cost per unit, times cell B5, which is the units sold. This formula multiplies these two values to determine the total variable cost. Press enter. Then, in any empty cell of your choice, like cell B9, type this formula, equals cell B4, which is the fixed cost, plus cell B8, which is the total variable cost. This adds up these values to calculate the total cost. Press enter. And finally, in any empty cell, I'll go for cell B10, type this formula, equals cell B7, which is the revenue, minus cell B9, which is the total cost. Subtracting total cost from the revenue will give us the net profit. Press enter. With that done, now let's launch the GoalSeek. To do that, go to the Data tab, head to the Forecast section, and click on What If Analysis button. From the drop-down, select GoalSeek. This opens up GoalSeek dialog box. For the Set Cell field, clear any existing text, and then click on cell B10. Next, in To Value field, type 5,000. This is the fixed cost. Now for the By Changing Cell field, click on cell B5, and then press enter. Once press enter, Excel performs the calculation. A GoalSeek status dialog box appears, showing that it found the solution. Click OK. And there you have it. GoalSeek calculated the number of units needed to reach the target profit. Let's check out the second method. In the second method, we will find the best and worst case sales outcomes using the Scenario Manager. The Scenario Manager tool compares outcomes using different input sets. Here's how to do it. First, let's set up the sales model. To do that, in a helper cell like cell B4, type this formula, equals cell B2, which is the selling price, times cell B3, which is the units sold. Once these values are calculated, this will give us the revenue. Press enter. Pull the fill handle horizontally. This will copy the formula for the rest of the products. Next, in any empty cell of your choice, like cell B6, type 5,000 for the total fixed cost, and then press enter. To format it, click on cell B6, in the Home tab, in Numbers section, select the drop-down, and choose Accounting. The total fixed cost shows in pounds. Let's change that. Head back to the drop-down, go to More Number Formats. This opens up Format Cells dialog box. Under Category, in Accounting, click on the drop-down beside Symbol. Here, select your preferred symbol. I'll go for the $sign for the United States. Then click OK. Then in cell B7 or any empty cell, type this formula, equals cell B4 plus cell C4 plus cell D4. This formula adds up all the revenue from the t-shirts, mugs, and caps to give the total revenue. Press enter. And finally, I'm using cell B8 here, but any empty cell works. Type this formula, equals cell B7 minus cell B6. This formula subtracts the fixed cost in cell B6 from the total revenue in cell B7 to give us the net profit. Hit enter. With that done, now let's create the scenarios. To do that, Head to the Data tab. In the Forecast section, click on What If Analysis button. From the drop-down, select Scenario Manager. Scenario Manager dialog box appears. In the dialog box, click Add button. This opens up Add Scenario dialog box. In the Scenario Name field, let's give it a name, Best Case. Next, in the Changing Cells field, clear any existing data and click on the selection icon. Now hold the Control key and select the range from cell B3 to D3 for units sold and cell B6 for total fixed costs. Release the Control key and press Enter. And then click OK. Scenario Values dialog box appears, showing the current values for these cells. Here, we will input the new budget values. For cell B3, let's set it to 700. For cell C3, set it to 600. For cell D3, 450. And finally, for the fourth cell, cell B6, type 4000. And then click OK. We are now back in the Scenario Manager dialog box. Now let's do the same for a worst case scenario. Click Add again. In the Scenario Name field, type Worst Case. Leave the changing cells as it is and then click OK. In the Scenario Values dialog box, let's input the new budget values. For cell B3, set it to 300. For cell C3, set it to 200. For cell D3, let's set it to 150. And finally, for cell B6, let's set it to 6000. And then click OK. With both scenarios created, click the Summary button. In the Scenario Summary dialog box, under Report type, ensure the Scenario Summary is selected. For the result cells, click on the selection icon and select cell B8, which contains the net profit. Press Enter and then click OK. In a new sheet, Excel creates a new report that shows a clear side-by-side comparison of the original values and both scenarios. And just like that, the Scenario Manager compared different cases and showed how each one impacts net profit. Now let's explore the final method. In the third method, we will analyze how loan payments change using the PMT function and the data table tool with multiple variables. PMT function calculates the payment for a loan with a constant interest rate and constant periodic payments. And the data table tools shows how multiple variables change the results across different values. First, let's set up the loan model and one variable table. In a helper cell of your choice, like cell B5, type this formula. Let me explain. In the PMT function, the first argument takes the annual interest rate from cell B3 and divides it by 12 to convert it into a monthly interest rate. In the second argument, cell B4 represents the loan duration in years and multiplying it by 12 converts it into the total number of monthly payments. The third argument is minus B2, where cell B2 is the loan amount and the negative sign indicates that this is an amount being borrowed. With that explained, press Enter. This gives us the monthly EMI. To format it, click on cell B5, go to the Home tab, in Number section, click the drop-down and select Accounting. If hashtags appears, double-click the lines between the column headers. The value shows in pounds. To fix that, head back to the drop-down. At the very bottom, select More Number Formats. Head to the Accounting section, click the drop-down beside Symbol. From here, select your preferred symbol. I'll go for the $ in United States. Click OK. Here, from cell D2 to D8, I've set up an analysis with interest rates starting at 4%, as this is the initial annual interest rate we want to examine. Now click cell E2 or any empty cell and type equal cell B5 to reference the EMI calculation. Press Enter. Then select the range from cell D2 to E8. After that, go to the Data tab, head to the Forecast section, and then select What If Analysis button. From there, click the Data Table option. Data Table dialog box appears. Leave the first field blank. For the column input cell, click the selection icon and select cell B3, the original interest rate. Then press enter and then click on OK. Excel populates the table showing how different interest rates affect the monthly EMI. To format the values, select the range from cell E3 to E8. Then head to the Home tab. In Numbers section, click the drop-down and select Accounting. This changes the format, and as you can see here, it shows in pounds. But you can change it to your preferred currency like I have shown before. Now let's expand this to a two-variable data table using the same loan model. For the two-variable analysis, first, in any empty cell of your choice, like cell A7, type equals, and then select cell B5 to reference the EMI formula. Press enter. Next, from cell B7 to J7, I've set up the various loan terms ranging from 1 to 9 years. As well as from cell A8 to A14, I've listed the various interest rates ranging from 4% to 10%. Now select the range from cell A7 to J14. Then head to the Data tab. In Forecast section, select What If Analysis, and then select Data Table. In the Data Table dialog box, for the Row Input Cells field, select the cell B4. This is the number of years. For the Column Input cell, select cell B3. This is the annual interest rate. And then click OK. Excel displays information showing the monthly EMI for every combination of interest rates and loan term. Finally, let's add the third variable using data validation. Here, from cell D2 to D4, we have a loan amount list. Let's set up the third variable using this list. Select cell F2 or any empty cell, head to the Data Tools section in Data tab, and click on Data Validation icon. Data Validation dialog box appears. In Settings tab, under Allow, click the drop-down and select List. In the Source field, select the selection icon and select the cell range from cell D2 to D4 and press Enter, and then click OK. Click cell F2, then use the drop-down arrow to choose a loan amount. Here, I'll go for the second option. The entire data table dynamically updates, showing the monthly EMIs based on 200,000 loan amount combined with all the varying interest rates and terms. That's it. We created a full analysis using data tables showing how multiple variable scenarios affect monthly payments. And that concludes our video. 3 powerful methods for what-if analysis in Excel. Download the workbook link below. Visit excelinsider.com for more Excel and Google Sheet tutorials. Feel free to comment your questions and feedback. Thanks for watching.